Hey, Elliot Rodgers here, enjoying a nice vanilla latte.
A young man defined as an incel was so fed up with his lack of companionship from the opposite gender that he decided to kill all of them. Although this day, his day of retribution, didn't go quite the way he had intended, as he would leave behind grieving families and a long trail of digital clues to his mayhem and plans. Hello, my name is Tyler and welcome back to Something in the Shadows. Before we begin today, I would like to thank all of you for the support as of late, as we just surpassed 500 subscribers. Today we're going to take a look at the disturbing story of Elliot Rodgers, or the Murderous King of Incels. He was also referred to as the Supreme Gentleman Saint Elliot by himself and his followers. Today we'll be looking at his history and what exactly caused him to go down this long and disturbing path of murder. Let's take a look at some of Elliot's history. Elliot was born Elliot Oliver Robertson Rodgers on July 24th of 1991. He was an English-American college student and the sole person involved in the 2014 Isla Vista killings. Elliot was a proud theorist of the incel ideology. Incel meaning being unable to get sex or a romantic partner, and it stands for involuntary celibacy. These are the values he based his motivation on for the 2014 Isla Vista murders. Elliot himself lived in a divorced family with his father, Peter Rodgers, who did remarry. With this, a young Elliot would begin to develop frustrations with and against his half-brother and stepmother. It is said that these frustrations developed because of his lack of sexual attention from the opposite sex and the bullying he received during his studies. Due to his divorced family, he also began to feel alone. He also suffered from the absence of connections with close people, and he felt wronged by the world, which led him into a world of online platforms where he tried to find people with similar beliefs and experiences to his own. He wrote a manifesto inspired by his life that can still be found today in audio and PDF formats, in which he describes his whole life and his ideology and all of the horrible acts he would go on to commit. He also had multiple social media channels like YouTube, Reddit, and 4chan, where he shared his opinions about various topics. It is known that he was in relations with neo-Nazi ideology, as suggested by his actions. He had frustrations with multiracial couples, and the fact that he himself was half white and half Chinese. One that bothered him specifically was how African American men got more attention from women, even though they were drawn from slaves, while he is drawn from nobility, as he stated. He also hated women because they didn't want him, considering it unfair and wanting to punish them for not giving him sexual satisfaction. He also claimed that all sexually active people were degenerates. In his manifesto, he wrote that he wanted a society in which women would be imprisoned in concentration camps away from the attention of men. Elliot attended Crespi Carmelite High School, an all-boys Catholic school in Encino, Los Angeles, and then left Taft High School in Woodlands Hills, which he attended for merely a week due to severe bullying. He finished high school at Independence Continuation High School in Lake Balboa, where he graduated in 2009. Elliot briefly enrolled in Los Angeles Pierce College and Moon Park College before transferring to Santa Barbara City College in 2011. Afterwards, he resided in Isla Vista. After his attack, the school stated that he hadn't taken classes since 2012. Let's talk about some of Elliot Rodgers' videos. Before going on his rampage, Elliot Rodgers uploaded a YouTube video entitled Elliot Rodgers Retribution, in which he outlined his planned attack and his motives. He explained that he wanted to punish women for rejecting him and sexually active men because he envied them. He also emailed a lengthy autobiographical manuscript to friends, his therapist, and family members. The document appeared on the internet and became widely known as his manifesto. In it, he described his childhood, family conflicts, and his frustrations over his inability to find a girlfriend, his hatred of women, his contempt for couples, especially interracial couples, and his plan for what he described as his retribution. So let's get into the Isla Vista attacks. The Isla Vista killings were two misogynistic terror attacks in Isla Vista, California. The attacks were done on Friday, May 23rd, where Elliot Rodgers killed 6 people and injured 14 others by gunshot, stabbing, and vehicle ramming near the campus of the University of California, Santa Barbara, before he fatally shot himself. Elliot stabbed 3 men to death in his apartment apparently one by one on their arrival. Then about 3 hours later, he drove to a sorority house and, after failing to get inside, shot 3 women outside, 2 of whom died. He drove past a nearby deli, shot a male student inside to death. He then began to drive through Isla Vista, shooting and wounding several pedestrians from his car and striking several others with his car. He exchanged gunfire with the police, and he was injured in the hip. After his car crashed into a parked vehicle, he was found dead inside with a gunshot wound to the head. The victims. All 6 murder victims were students of the University of California, Santa Barbara. The men killed at Rodgers' apartments were George Chen, Cheng Wan or James Hone, Wei Han or David Wang. The 3 who died from gunshot wounds were Catherine Brianne Cooper, Christopher Ross Michaels Martinez, and Veronica Elizabeth Wise. Copper and Wise were the women killed outside the Alpha Phi sorority house, while Michaels Martinez was a victim inside the Isla Vista Deli Mart. 14 others were injured, 7 from gunshot wounds and 7 from blunt trauma sustained when Rodgers struck them with his vehicle. 11 of the injured were taken to the hospital. 7 went to Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital, where 2 were admitted in serious condition, 1 in fair condition, and 2 others in good condition. 1 patient was even released on the same day. The remaining were taken to Goleta Valley Cottage Hospital, where they were all treated and released. The aftermath. Students and community members gathered at a local park in Isla Vista on the evening of May 24th for a candlelight memorial service to remember the victims. 20,000 people attended a memorial service at the university's Harder Stadium on May 27th, and on May 23rd of 2015, the first anniversary of the attacks, hundreds of people gathered at University of Santa Barbara for a candlelight vigil commemorating the 6 slain victims. The mother of George Chen even made a speech at the event. Hopefully you guys learned something from the video. If you did, like and subscribe. Again, I really appreciate all the support as of recent. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.